Hello and welcome to the War Room. This is Gaku, currently playing as the Soviet Union in DSCH's Sunday game. So you might be aware I picked up the Soviet Union last session and sort of rebuilt the military. And it's been passed around from player to player, so it hasn't been consistently played for this entire campaign, to be honest. Now, if you haven't seen the end of last session, I just got into a war on France's behalf against the UK. And what I'm about to describe is definitely going to piss some people off, but given that I'm playing this campaign for my benefit and not necessarily the benefit of other players, hopefully you'll see what I'm going for here. So first off, Chad, currently playing the UK, he and I have come up with a treaty, and here are the terms of that treaty. Number 1, Russia will peace out of its war against the United Kingdom for cut down to size on France and humiliate on France. Currently in this war, UK is imposing a humiliate on France, and most likely Scandinavia will be imposing a cut down to size. Now, we're not going to do this right away. Basically, this is sort of a backroom alliance that we've worked out, and we're going to wait until partway through the session to impose anything. Now, why does this work? Well, it turns out because this is a casual campaign, there's actually no rule against throwing your allies under the bus. So, since I'm the war leader, I can peace out with the UK at any time. It's pretty shady, but you'll see why I'm going to do it here in a minute. Next, UK will negotiate transfer 2 of its colonies. These 2 right here are very populous colonies, about 7 million total pop, to Russia. No infamy, no nothing. They're just going to give it to me. Third, the United Kingdom is going to cede Bulgaria to the Ottoman Empire. Ottomans have cores on Bulgaria, and if we can't manage this before the current war ends, then UK has Bulgaria in its sphere, so if they join the war, they can very quickly peace out, and all of Bulgaria will be going back to the Ottoman Empire. Next, I will not be joining offensive wars against Greece, and UK will not be joining offensive wars against the Ottomans, which means these Greek cores over here and the lands necessary to form the Byzantine Empire, UK is not going to help Greece do that, and I, conversely, will not be going after the Ottoman cores in Greece. That doesn't rule out any other nations going after them, but for the 2 of us, we're going to stay out of the offensives. Of course, we can join on defense if we need to. Alright, next, the United Kingdom will not start or join any offensive wars targeting the Qing Empire. Now, the reason for this will become apparent in a moment, but note that both Han China and Guangxi have cores on the Qing Empire. Now, if you look here, there is a truce between China and Qing, lasts for 3 years, and then UK and Qing also last for 3 years. Now, Guangxi does not have a truce, and this will become important here in a moment. Finally, the United Kingdom will not defend Qing against any offensive wars where either Russia or Japan has added war goals targeting Qing. Sorry, one last thing. Because neither one of us wants to fight each other, and personally I'm just looking to ride out the campaign till the end, we're actually going to have a defensive alliance as part of this treaty. So if either one of us gets attacked, we'll be jumping in to help each other. So, what's this going to do? Well, basically, the second the game starts, no one's going to be moving troops. If all goes well, Greece will be letting the Ottomans through. The Ottomans will walk up and start sieging Bulgaria, add some war goals against them, peace out, take all of Bulgaria, if all goes well. In the meantime, Scandinavia and or UK will be adding a cut down to size on France. But while all of that's going on, I'm not going to be moving troops up here. Scandinavia is not going to be moving troops. I'm not going to be moving troops into Greece. I'm also not going to be fighting the UK over here in China. So basically, whatever is over here is just going to sit here. Currently war with Guangxi also, but they also will not be moving against me. So what I'm going to do instead is, as quickly as possible, drop relations with the Qing Empire down low enough that I can start fabricating on them. So what am I going to be fabricating for? Well, this juicy little state of Manchu Gansu has about 3 million pops, something like that. Now, I've got my troops in position basically, and I've run some tests on this. And even though these stacks are god-awful and there's hardly any infantry, most of them don't have any infantry at all, I can completely overwhelm the Qing Empire in a matter of seconds because their army tech is only 2 out of 30. So basically, as quickly as possible, I'll be declaring war for Manchu Gansu, and also adding a second war goal for Inner Mongolia. I'll probably be able to add that war goal before 2 months are up, and as you probably saw from the last session, you have to add any additional war goals before 2 months are up, otherwise they can surrender and then you only get 20%. Now it just so happens that this state right here, Manchu Shaanxi, is worth 20%. So I'll be adding this as the initial target, sending all of my units in simultaneously. I'll be adding this war goal as quickly as possible, probably within 2 months, and then finally this state right here, if they surrender. And if they don't surrender, I'll just keep adding states. Now Outer Manchuria doesn't have a whole lot of pop, but I can add Manchuria itself. Now I have looked at the Qing Empire. They are partially westernized, and they're actually 90% westernization. However, it's going to take them over a year and a half to actually westernize, so there's no real risk of losing the CBs. Now currently Qing Dynasty is allied with me and Japan. Obviously that's not going to hold up, but also allied with Germany, which means that if Germany wants to, Vincentio can be a dick, join that war, and then come after me. But as long as this simultaneous war is going against France, I don't think that's going to happen, and I can always mobilize if necessary, pile troops on the border here. I don't think any mobilized troops are going to be necessary in the east, but here in the west it's definitely going to help a bit. Switching over to UK real quick. So we've got Yunnan and Sichuan together 7 million pops. Manchu Gansu is about 3 million. Inner Mongolia will bring that up to 3 million, and then if I add Manchu Shaanxi, that's another 2.5. 5.5 million from Qing Empire, plus another 7 million from Great Britain. That brings the total up to 12.5 million added. Given that my current population is 34 million, that's going to increase my total population by over a third. So once that's over, I'll have probably about 15 infamy. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, but basically I'll have to reorganize a bit and prepare to defend the borders. As I've counted, I need about 260 units to completely defend this border against any possible incursions, and of that I've got about half of it over here already. Basically I need to move over some infantry because mobilization is going to be non-existent in this area anyway, and then in the west I just have to sort of set up a line to defend against any future encroachments by Germany. Unfortunately, Germany has cored some of the provinces within this area, so they can declare war on it at any time. And of course I can justify on Germany and potentially go after them at some point as well, but we'll see what happens first. Chances are once France gets cut down to size, they're just going to get instantly rolled by Germany. However, in the current war, Germany and Hungary are losing greatly to Italy and France, so there's a possibility they might finish that war before Great Britain can peace out. But nothing's set in stone. Even if Germany does end up declaring war on me right now, they've got 22 infamy. So at best, all they could really do is get this one state back. Plus, I'll have truces with most anyone else who might want to help Germany. So there's no real danger there. Alright, so that's the plan. And to draw things out real quick, once this session is over, the Russian border in Asia should look something like this. So taking a lot of pop and also much more defensible positions than where it is now. This border will be static because GB and I will have a defensive alliance, and just have to put a few troops everywhere else to defend against Guangxi and China should they become an issue. Chances are Japan will be taking Korea and maybe outer Manchuria and Manchuria, but we'll see how far they get with that. So the big wild card here is Vincentio, and given his play style, he might be coming after me at some point, but if he does, then the UK will be obligated to help me against him. Should be a fun session, looking forward to it, and then see where we go from there. Thanks for watching and have a good one.